Our last topic on pointer is the pointer arithmetic. Why do we have the concept of pointer arithmetic? Is because pointer, if you still remember, is actually a variable. So a variable contains some number, which is the address, and because it is a number, we should be able to do some number crunching with it. And as a matter of fact, there are operations that we can do on pointer, which is adding and subtracting. Adding and subtracting with scalar, not adding two pointers, not subtracting two pointers. If we add 1 to a pointer, the pointer will be pointing to the next variable of the same type in sequence. That's why in the previous slide, we mentioned that array and pointer is really highly related. The reason is because when we add 1 to the address in the pointer, the addition will make the pointer to point to the next number in the array. So in that case, if the current address of element in the array that we are pointing to is 100 and the elements are integer, when we add 1 to the pointer, the address actually is added 4, which is the size of integer in bytes. So the reverse process, subtracting 1, will make the pointer to point to the previous variable of the same type in sequence. These are the only legal operations that we can do on pointers according to C++ standard. However, there are some third-party compiler, I think it involves Microsoft and Visual Studio, that we can also do pointers subtraction. Because when we add scalar to a pointer, we get another pointer. That means we can sort of subtract two pointers to get the scalar or the distance between the two pointers that is causing the change from one pointer to the other one. But this is not standard, and there is no clear way how we can define addition of two pointer. And as we mentioned just now, these two operations, the adding and subtracting of pointers with scalar, are particularly important when we are working with array. So our next example and hands-on will relate array and pointer. This is one example, a snippet, not a complete code. Let's say we have an array. The elements are 357109. This is a pointer to an integer we assign with the first element in this array, which is the address of 3. Then in the next line, we do increment plus plus, a ptr plus plus, which means we add 1 to this address. Adding 1 here does not mean we add 1 to 3 becomes 4, no. But instead, we move the pointer to point to the next element, which is 5. So the next line, which is a printf, we point what is being pointed to by a ptr. Remember, this is dereferencing. This will print 5, the one that is currently being pointed to by the pointer, by this thing. In our hands-on, we will show what is going to happen if we do not put this dereferencing operator. Next, if we add 2, this one is add 1, now we add 2. The pointer is currently pointing to 5. If we add 2, meaning we move the pointer to point to the next two elements. 1, 2. So now the pointer is pointing to 1. So when we print asterisk aptr, dereferencing, go to the address being pointed to by aptr, will be pointing at 1. So 1 is being printed here. This one. So that is all what you need to know about pointer arithmetic.